And we're live. Hello. Hi, welcome to Jan's Reviews live stream. It's Mother's Day. I don't know if it's the same where you are, but over here, it's Mother's Day. So I've been a bit spoilt, but at a distance because we're all isolated over here. So I did get to see, obviously, my son that lives with me, and of course I got to see him, and my daughter who lives just up the road came visiting and gave me some gifts. So I've got some things to show you. Hi Gaza, hello darling, how are you? I hope you're well. And Kate and Chrissy and Rye, thanks for coming in. I hope I find you well. I hope I find you not too stressed. I know it's a stressful time. Try not to stress, guys. There's lots going on online, which I think we should all be very happy about. I know I am. There's so much going on. So, are you working on a video, are you, Gary? Oh, well, I'm glad you popped in. You've come in under a different name, my lovely. So, anyway, let me know what you guys have been up to. Are you all isolating? I've been isolating for the best part of a week, but I have been going out and getting sort of odds and ends. But I've said to the team, that's it now. I'm going to try and stay in for a week. I know it's not going to happen, guys. I know it's not. Because you need to go out and you need to get like things like milk and things like that, don't you? So we'll see. Yeah, you know this channel, or yeah, I do. Oh, so Rye went for a nice walk with your mum in the sunshine. Yeah, you know, we planned to do that today, but we didn't quite get there. But we're very lucky. We've got some nice walks around us, so no doubt we'll be doing that next week because the weather's definitely improved. You work in a hospital, you have no choice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Laurie. You know, stay safe. YouTube is removing videos that mention the virus. Is that so, Kate? Oh, well, I won't mention it then. Rye cooked his mum a roast. Yay! Good for you, Rye. Yeah, thanks for that, Kate. I wasn't aware of that, darling. So why, though? Why remove things when they're talking, you know, people are just talking about the virus? Because most people are. And what I've noticed is there's so much, so many YouTubers and Instagrammers are going live now because they've got nothing else to do. Everyone's stuck in their house, aren't they? So, yeah, so it's good in a way. It's good if you're involved in social media, as I am. It's good that there's lots of things going on, even if a lot of it is shite. I haven't put my television on. We're now in Sunday. I didn't put it on at all yesterday, and I don't think I even put it on Friday, because most of my entertainment I get online. I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm into my teen recommended a channel. If you like crime, you'll love this channel. It's called That Chapter. And it's a young Irish guy, and his investigations are so good. I mean, he took some getting used to begin with, because I thought he was a bit blasé, and I was used to like really serious investigations, whereas he sort of throws in the odd joke. But once you get used to him, it's very good. Oh my God. So I've been watching a couple of his most nights. So Rye didn't burn the dinner this time. Thank goodness for that. Oh dear. We had bangers and mash tonight. My daughter came, but she didn't come in. Her and her husband and the two kids sort of stood away and sort of, it's ridiculous really, but put my gifts sort of halfway between us. And then we agreed to both hold our breaths while I went over to pick them up. So anyway, yes, I saw my daughter today. I didn't see my eldest, although she did wish me Happy Mother's Day, and my eldest boy phoned me. So yeah, it's been a funny sort of Mother's Day. It hasn't really felt like a Mother's Day because ordinarily they would take me out. They spoil me. All my kids are grown and they spoil me. I'm very, very lucky. So yeah, in that way, it didn't feel so much like Mother's Day, but hey, I'm their mother. They have to put up with it. Oh dear. Only 2 episodes of EastEnders a week. I know. Right. How are you, Gary? Gary's in the middle of it as well. Why are you in the middle of it, Gaza? Some idiots are still having beach parties. Do you know? I know. I mean, we've got a couple of local parks, and I was going to say to my daughter, why don't we just go to a park and we can sort of separate a bit? And she went, oh, no, Mum, it's best if we don't, Then my neighbour told me she met her mum at a local park and it was heaving. And this is a big park near us. And she said it was heaving. So, yeah, the problem is, I don't have a problem really with people going out because not everybody has a garden. Some people live in flats that don't have balconies. Can you imagine you feeling so cooped up you can't even open your door and go in the garden? I'm lucky I've got a garden. I've got a bit of space out the front. I can sit, and if I want to see people walking by and say hi to the neighbours or whatever, so I don't feel quite so isolated or cooped up. But can you imagine if you lived in a flat and you didn't have a balcony? That must be awful. But what I was going to say was the problem with these people that are continually going out and, ignoring deadlines. Not deadlines, are they? What are they called? Guidelines. Ignoring those is that in time, if our numbers, escalate, then they'll be forced to stay in. And I don't really want that. I don't want to be forced that I can't jump in my car and go into town if I want to. Do you know what I mean? So they're just being a bit of a pain. Oh, your mum likes true crime. A lot of people like true crime. Hi, Nana. How are you? They're nice purple hearts you've got there, my darling. You like lavender. I've been out in the garden today. Yes, I did get quite a lot of alcohol. And in fact, I thought we might share some tonight. Got a little bit left in that bottle. Hello. Hi, Jacko. How are you? And your girls and your wife who's pregnant. I hope she's well. What did I have? Oh, yeah. He'll tell us in a minute. Hi, Layla. How are you? Right, so we're going to pour this out because I do get dry when I'm talking. What I thought I would do with you guys is show you what I got for Mother's Day. Might be a bit boring for you, but hey, I thought, let's do that. Who of you came to the midweek game night we had? What a success it was. We played, what did we play? We played the alphabet game. Thank you, Rai. I do try for you. I do try because, you see some YouTubers who obviously don't try at all with their, appearance. And I think it's, I just think it's respectful. And I like to feel that, I look my best for you. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to come on here like a scruff. I think, it matters. I think it does matter what you look like. You just try and present as being, quite nice. Don't know what I'm talking about. No, we're not going to be talking about Corona. That's one thing. We don't need to talk about Corona, do we, guys? It's all over the place. So we try on Jan's channel, we try not to discuss it because it's too depressing, and we need places that we can go where we know that they're not going to be talking about it. And I've decided that this place, Jan's Reviews, is going to be a place where we don't talk about it. We don't need to, do we? So let's have a look and see what I got for Mother's Day. Got a lovely card there, and I've got another card that I've got in the other room. I got this from the teen. Isn't that lovely? It's a cushion. What's it say? Lovely mum. Lovely mum. I thought that was really nice. I thought that was really lovely. So that's from Boy. He didn't get me that. He also got me this. I think he got me that. Yeah. He also got me that, which are like, it looks like there's 3 little diffusers in there. So let's have a look at them. Oh, thank you, Layla. And do you know what? I'll get to speak in a minute. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I don't care. You know, there's so much shite going on. And, you know, I still go through it on Twitter with people who think they can talk to me like I'm a piece of dirt when in fact I'm not. And I will answer back on Twitter as well. I forgot what I was going to say. No, it's gone. This is an unboxing, a not very good unboxing, it has to be said. Anyway, yeah, so there's still so much crap going on, and as I say, on Twitter I will respond, but I don't bring it onto YouTube, mainly because, as I've said before, I want my YouTube channel to be a fun place. I want my, you know, my 10-year-old granddaughter, when she's with her friends, saying, oh, my nanny does YouTube, and showing her my YouTube channel, and not have me sat there crying because people are being horrible to me, or not for me to sit there and go on about my mental health issues. You all know what they are now. I don't need to discuss them, you know. So yeah, that's why I do YouTube. And you know, it's not a popularity thing for me. I don't care, you know. I feel very grateful. I'm going to get this out in a minute, guys. I feel extremely grateful to have you guys here. I recognise most of you in here now. Hi, Champagne. And, you know, Andrea, hello, darling. And I appreciate every single one of you. And I don't care whether we have 16 in here or 6. I don't care. Figures don't mean anything to me. You know, it's just, especially at this time, you know, I feel that maybe you want someone to talk to, you know, and maybe I need somebody to talk to. Listen, guys, I put makeup on today. I haven't worn makeup all week. I think even when I might have put a bit on when I did the Wednesday games video. But apart from that, I haven't put any makeup on. So it's nice for me also to have something to sort of dress up a bit for. And, you know, that's what YouTube means to me. Wednesday night is Carrion Films with my son night. Oh, you doing that? Oh, how sweet. How old's your son, Ria? Right, look, so in there, we got there in the end. We only opened that bit. We haven't even opened the full box yet. Right, so we got that. So I think they're all going to be different diffusers in there. For those of you that have only just come in, I'm opening up some of the gifts that my kids bought me. Yeah, look, in there, you've got 3 different diffusers. And, you know, you put the reeds in them and then you turn them over. I love them. I love things like that. So the flavours are, it's called Apricot Blossom Island Spa, and we've got Pure Linen, Apricot Blossom and Island Spa. So yeah, that's good. Hello, Mocha. How are you, darling? Are you going live again later, Mocha? Oh, thank you, Jamie. That's really sweet of you. Oh, right. Oh, okay, Ria. Oh, so you watch Carry On Films together. Oh, you are. Good. Good. I better not go too heavy on this then, Mocha. Hey, cheers, my dears. Whenever I do that on a video and show my grandson, he roars. There's something about it. It just makes him, he's like me, he's a real giggle pot. And once we start giggling, that's it. We're off. Do you know what I mean? And he's like that. And I did this video. I think it's the one where it's a football one. And I go, cheers, Matisse, at the end. And he's just hysterical. No work tomorrow. Are you off then, Jacko? My son's off because he had a cough and cold. Was it a week ago? I think it was a week ago. Told them and they said not to come in. So then he should have gone in like yesterday. And they said, no, not to bother. So that's good, actually. They said to stay off for 2 weeks. And I'm hoping by the end of the 2 weeks, the shop will have closed because it's not a sort of priority shop. So, yeah. No, I know Trey's working on a video at the moment, Rye. Stop stirring. Rye's such a stirrer. How are you, Jamie? Are you all right, darling? We've got popcorn and ice cream. Even got a torchlight out one week. Made it like the cinema. Oh, Rhea, that's wonderful. Right, so that's what the team bought me. Oh, I got a bouquet of flowers, but that's on the kitchen windowsill. I'm not bringing that in. I've got some chockies. And on it says, to Nanny, love from... and my 2 grandchildren. Just love them so much, guys. I know, I'm very lucky. Right, and my daughter bought me these. Right, now, Yankee Candles. Now, I don't know. See, I love smellies. My house does, I like to have smelling nicely. Not only does it look, I think it looks pretty, but I like it to smell nice as well. So I've always got something, you know, burning. I decided to close business until further notice, as it can get busy, and didn't want to take risks with the wife being pregnant. Oh, Jacko, is that your own business? I'm out of my strawberry margarita mix. Lots of lime salt. Oh, no. Right. Some things you have to keep to yourself, darling. Looks a bit... Rye's just said that looks a bit grannified. Hello, it says lovely mum on it. And I am a granny. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Rye. It comes out with, honestly. Right. Hi, Quimby. Hello, darling. Right. Oh, it's really heavy. Who likes candles? I love candles. Oh, my goodness. It's a big one. Look. We like a big one, don't we, guys? Oh, my goodness. Rainbow cookie. Can you see it? Rainbow cookie. That looks nice. Oh, and it smells delicious too. How's a rainbow cookie meant to smell? Oh, that is lovely though, guys. So we shall have that on. I like to burn candles, but I have to be careful. Right. Hello, Gypsy Soul. How are you? You've come in saying Shelby. Question mark, question mark. What about Shelby? Right. Anyone who hasn't seen Mind of a Miracle's video on Shelby, make sure you check it out. It's quite shocking. She comes through with a major receipt. Yes, absolutely. The Miracle, you know, I haven't met any of them. I've sort of got to know a few new YouTubers on Twitter, and some of them are just so sweet. And Miracle is one of them. Mocha, who's in here as well, is also another one. The sweetest person. Absolutely sweet. And some people just, I think what it is, they see their niceness, their softness as a weakness. So they think they're an easy target. How horrible is that? That must make you a real bully, mustn't it, guys? Maybe like a sugar cookie. I don't know what a sugar cookie is. Yes, we all love Miracle. I don't see how anyone can dislike Miracle. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. Why am I apologising? I don't know. Bigger the better. Yes, right. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Jamie's said it. Miracle exposed Sheldon Turncoat as a someone who bought subs, which I thought was rather funny and rather ironic, because when he started coming for me, one of the things he kept going on about was, oh, she can't grow her channel. She can't get any more subs. He's buying them. He was buying them. I mean, I can honestly say I have never bought subs. At least I know the people that follow me may not be a huge number of people, but they're legit people. They're not people that I bought. For goodness sake. I have to read the right way now, because I'm reading the bottom and going, why would I read from the bottom? Oh, yeah, and one more thing. No, a few more things, actually, the daughter bought me. I forgot. She bought me 3 books. She said, Mother, you need some more reading matter. So I said, oh, you could be right. So she bought me 3 books. That one, An Anonymous Girl. That looks quite good. I like reading, and I think, actually, I always think, oh, I've never got time to read, but I think now that we're all isolating, I'm going to put aside a certain time in the day when I read and just really enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Just either sit in the garden or sit on the couch and just read and really enjoy it. Through the Wall. Through the Wall. That looks a bit thrillerish to me. Oh, that one says, Lexi loves her home. She feels safe and secure in it and loved, thanks to her boyfriend, Tom. But recently, something's not been quite right. A book out of place, a wardrobe door left open, a set of keys going missing. Tom thinks Lexi's going mad, but then he's away more often than he's at home nowadays, so he wouldn't understand. Because Lexi isn't losing it, she knows there's someone out there watching her. Ah! And deep down, she knows there's nothing she can do to make him stop. Oh my God! I'll have to make sure that I read this during the day. Oh, and then we've got Adele Parks. Who's heard of Adele Parks? I've read quite a few of hers, actually. Who was the other one by? I don't know. Did I tell you about the time I met my famous, I met my favourite author? Did I tell you? This one, Lies, Lies, Lies. Oh, that's very appropriate, we must say. Very appropriate. This one says, Daisy and Simon's marriage is great, isn't it? After years together, the arrival of longed-for daughter Lily, or Millie, sealed everything in place. A happy little family of 3. Oh, I actually do read better than that. And so what if Simon drinks a bit too much sometimes? Oh, God. Daisy's used to it. She knows he's letting off steam until one night at a party, things spiral horribly out of control. And that happy little family of 3 will never be the same again. Oh! Who likes reading? Put 1 in the comments if you like reading. I love reading, but I'm quite a fussy reader. I know it sounds silly, but if I'm looking for a book to read and I scan through it, I like to like the writing, the font. Do you know what I mean? I don't like it if it's too small. Um, oh, and this other one, which I didn't bother reading, Anonymous Girl, says when Jessica Farris signs up for a psychology study conducted by the mysterious Dr. Shields, she thinks all she'll have to do is answer a few questions, collect her money, and leave. But as the answers grow more and more intense and invasive, and the sessions become outings where Jess is told what to wear and how to act, she begins to feel as though Dr. Shields may know what she's thinking and what she's hiding. As Jess's paranoia grows, it becomes clear that she can no longer trust what is real in her life and what is one of Dr. Shield's manipulative experiments. Caught in a web of deceit and jealousy, Jess quickly learns that some obsessions can be deadly. Oh, my daughter's good at choosing books, isn't she? Oh, good. So you like reading? Yeah, I love reading. Hi, Kat. How are you, darling? That was at the book, not you are. What? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rye. You can't beat a good book. I love reading books. I have to say, I haven't read a full book for a long time. Right, I'm going back, guys. I'm going back. Yeah, he had a lot to say about my numbers. Do you know, I don't care, because what I think is, some people, they have like hundreds in their live chat. That doesn't bother me, because I like to think, this is how I can get to know you, isn't it? I don't, and that's not why I'm here. I don't expect to be some sort of, YouTube success. That's not what I do. That's not what I did it for. You all know why I started it and why I carry on. It's our little safe zone now, and yeah, we have to deal with a lot sometimes. I've had to deal with a lot, especially with the Shelby and the bloody rocks and all the Peter Mon crap, but at the end of the day, I'm not building my YouTube channel on these other negative people. If people can't take my sense of humour, then that's that. I'm not going to change for them. I know that each of my videos I put out are in fun. If they can't take it as fun, then that's their issue. And that's the end of it. You met Stephen King and Peter Straub. Wow, Kate. I need to read back quickly. I read Through the Wall with the Wife. You will love it, Jan. Oh, really? Oh, good. Yeah. All right. I'll start on that one. That would be my first one then. That's something I'm going to do. I'm going to make myself sit down, relax, and read at least once a day. Are you badly dyslexic, Rye? Mocha said you should check out Ruth Ware if you like thrillers, mysteries. She's a great writer. Read all of her books. Yeah, normally I go for, well, I suppose they're called chick licks, because chick licks, are they? Is that the right word? Yeah, chick lit. Anyway, yeah, I go for that sort of person, because I go for easy reading, because I used to read before I went to bed, or like when I was in bed, I'd read. But now I watch TV. I've got like a video in there, so I watch something to go to sleep to the video instead of reading. And during the day, I tend to sort of be doing other things, but I will definitely try and get in to reading. Yeah, so we've got quite a lot of readers. Oh, thank you, Rye, darling. That's really sweet of you. Yes, I'm the same as you, darling. Can I ask you to share this for me, please, guys? I haven't shared it. So those of you on Twitter, if you wouldn't mind sharing this for me, thank you. I forgot. Rubbish. Rubbish I am. You were starstruck, were you? Where did you meet them, Kate? How did you get to meet them? I've just finished the short stories, including Miss Mocha Pennington's pen story, and I'm on a book about the New York City coroner now. I'm a ghoul. I love murder. See, I don't normally read. Will you stop scratching my chair? My blooming cat. Get off. She's always scratching the chair. I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, I don't go for murder ones. And yeah, I do love, murder and crime videos on YouTube. I watch a lot of those. Oh, thank you, Kat. That's lovely. Hundreds in the live chat would be too much for me. It would be for me because I wouldn't be able to. I'm bad enough now. And I feel that we can get to know each other a bit. Hi, music. Yeah, Kate gets herself about, don't you, Kate, darling? As indeed we do. We all do. Chicklet. Yes, it is. That's what I thought it was. You just can't read books. Oh, that's a shame, right? When I went to Waitrose, I just seen a book called Flying, Still Here, an amazing book. Not very popular. I'm only in chapter 4. Yeah, I don't like it if I'm reading a book and I'm like, oh God, this is a bit tedious. I like to sort of pick up a book, start reading it and not want to put it down. I've read for years. I used to read as a kid as well, actually. I was quite a bookworm as a kid. And my best subject at school was always English. I used to love writing essays. Loved it. Thank you, Rai. Yes, I did. I had The Talisman, the book they did together. I read, hi, Melanie. I've never yeah, that's a good idea, Melanie. Audio books. Yeah. Writing always gave you anxiety, did it, music? I loved it. I used to love my English lessons. All my mates hated it, but I loved it. And I could get lost in writing, stories. Loved it. And I remember reading so many books, even as a kid. And one of the books I read, actually I might check it out one day, was actually called Avalanche. And it was about this, was it a school trip? That is about this town in Austria or Switzerland that was engulfed by an avalanche. And it was quite scary and quite upsetting. I mean, after I read it, it sort of played on my mind for a long time. And it sort of wiped out a whole generation of well, no, it wasn't a whole generation, but it did wipe out a whole load of people. And I think it may have been based on a true story. And afterwards they built an orphanage in there. So yeah. I think because I was brought up in an orphanage that I sort of could relate to that a bit. So yeah, but you writers there, yeah, you have missed a few, Jamie. It's nice to see you though, darling. I hope you're well. Write down who your favourite artist is. Not artist. Who your favourite author is. I'll see if I know them. I haven't read for a while though, and my books are normally sort of who do I like? Leslie Pierce. That's the author that I went to stay with. Anyway, Peter Straub signed it first, and I said the same thing to both. I could tell which one of you was writing and which one stopped. Anne Rice and Stephen King. Oh, so you like horror stories, Mocha. Evelyn Waugh. I've read Evelyn Waugh. James Patterson. I might have read one of his. Dean Koontz. I'm okay. Feels like a zombie movie out there, but there we go. Love Stephen King. Yeah, do you know what? While it's so crap out there, we've all got to stay in. So let's all meet up. Let's all meet up on social media. That's what most people are doing. You know, well, people that actually no, it's not people that I know because none of my friends do social media. It's really weird. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I meant our friends online, all our friends, our communities. We're all meeting up, and you know it's the same on YouTube as it is on Instagram, and I'm fairly certain it's probably the same on Facebook. So maybe, you know, I'm not saying this is a good thing. It certainly is not, but you know, we have to make the most of what we've got, guys, and it'll settle down. I'm sure it will. Terry Pratchett. Yeah, isn't he a thriller writer? I think the teens read Terry Pratchett. Did I see Dre wandering? Dre, are you there? I got ready watching one of my favourite makeup artists. I had my mirror there and I had her there on the on my phone, Monique Parent. Do you women know who she is? Oh, you don't have to be women, do you? Do any of you know who Monique Parent is? Oh, he wrote comedy. Oh, did he? See, I don't do fantasy. No, my mind can't handle fantasy. It's like, I'll tell you a secret, guys. I could never, and it's probably the same thing, I could never get my head around Alice in Wonderland. I just couldn't. My brain just cannot sort of work that out. And I think that's why I don't like fantasy. Does that make sense? It's weird. I remember when I was a lot younger, trying to read Alice in Wonderland and not being able to read it and thinking I just couldn't get my head around it. Okay, Kate, I'll see you later, darling. Thanks for coming in. You got bullied on a live stream last night, Rye. Whose live stream was it? Rye, you got to start fighting back, my darling. Don't let them bully you. Yeah, it is trippy, isn't it, Melanie? And I just, no. Really? On Instagram? How can you get bullied on there? I tell you what, guys, if you follow people on Instagram, oh, they're all going live, all these hunks. I'm in there. I go on Instagram and I say, oh, he's going live. Oh, so I'm getting there. Oh, I had a great time. I said goodbye, didn't I, Kate? Mine is Dean Koontz, who is horror thriller. My wife is Sue Johnson, who is relationship, and kids is David Williams. I don't know what you mean by that, Jacko. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get into that. So I'm no good with fantasy. Give me like a, years ago, guys, I used to watch, I used to read Mills and Boone, and then I got so bored of reading them. I went through a phase of reading them because I've always sort of read them to go to sleep too, sort of thing. And they're just so easy. You pick them up, read a couple of pages, and that's it, A bit like watching a soap. But I just got so bored of them in the end. So then I moved. I think I've read a bit. Who's read Jackie Collins? Oh, so you going in the hot women lives, are you? Authors they were, Jan. All right, okay, darling. Yeah, but what did you say by David Williams? What did you say about David Williams? James Herbert books. I think my son's read them. Try Jilly Cooper. I think I might have read one of Jilly Cooper's. David Williams is a comedian, I know, but he's a kids writer as well. Oh, you've read two by Jackie Collins. Have you, Mocha? Mocha, what sort of genre do you write? And how do I get to read one of your books? Mocha's a writer, guys. So we should be looking out for her books. If you've got a link or anything, Mocha, put it down, darling. And then we can all have a look. I've read all Jackie Collins. I loved the Lucky series for holiday read. Yeah, well, I always take a book when I go on holiday and don't read it. But my daughter's a real bookworm. She's like I was when I was younger. I think as I've got older, I find other things to do. But yeah, Amazon. Oh, right. Okay. Horror. Oh no, I can't read horror. Oh damn. Oh dear. My dad's mum is friends with Jilly Cooper. Oh really? She's a bit racy, isn't she? Now you're blushing. Oh. Well, now you should be proud of yourself. I started writing my life story once, guys. It went on and on and on. In the end, I gave up. But I have got like a manuscript of it. I've got quite a few pages of it. But I don't know. The problem is when you've had a life like mine, there's sort of bits that you don't want to put in it. Because I'm always thinking I'm passing it down to my kids. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, as I'm writing it, I'm thinking, well, I don't really want them to read that. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you are, Mocha. Are you writing another book? Whose books are bad, Rye? See, I can't read horror. Oh, Mocha, do like a chick lit, especially for me. Oh, are you? You're writing another book. So are you published, Mocha, or do you self-publish? Daisy and Mia have chosen their Easter eggs. Mia chose cream egg and Daisy chose Ferrari Rocher. I like Ferrari Rocher. We all need loo roll, cat. I'm all right. I've still got 9. I've still got 9 rolls, so I'm okay. And I've also got my daughter on the lookout as well. So between us, we should manage all right. I am spent most of the day right. Yeah. Yeah, so because you can self-publish, can't you? I was gonna, yeah. I don't know if I'll put that. Oh, that's wonderful, Mocha. That's wonderful. I'm not going to ask you if you enjoy writing because I know. Let me tell you the time I met my favourite. I've got this blooming piece of hair, guys. It happens every week. When I first started on Twitter, I had a lot of, this is on my other account, I had a lot of writer friends and quite famous writer friends and artists and all things like that. And one of the artists that I started talking to was called Leslie Pierce. Have you heard of Leslie Pierce? I'll spell her name. Is it with a C or an S? I think. And I loved her books. They were always about a girl. There was always like a girl's picture on the front, and it was always telling her story. And, you know, oh God, some of the things, you know, that happened to her and all the rest of it. And I just thought they were wonderful. And one of her best ones, I felt, was called Georgia or something. And both myself and my daughter used to read them, and we used to swap with each other. But there was always bits in it that were really very rude, and I was like, like my daughter would say, "Yeah, Mum, this is a good one by Leslie." So I'm like, "All right then," and I'd be reading it and thinking, "Jesus, I can't believe my daughter's just read this." Because guys, to me, my kids will always be kids. They will always be children. It doesn't matter how old they are. And how many times I say, "Mum, I'm all grown up." I'm like, yeah, but anyway, that's by the by. So, yeah, so I started talking to my favourite author, who was Leslie Pierce. And I'd sort of said, "Oh, I've read so many of your books, and I just think they're wonderful," and blah, blah, blah. And we sort of just kept chatting and chatting. And then one day she said to me, "You're always welcome to come and stay." So I said, "Really?" I mean, I hadn't met her before. We were just like talking on Twitter. So anyway, I was like, "Oh, all right then. Yeah, love to." So I think I just stayed one night. Was it one night? But have you noticed I've got this thing about doing my lips online? Isn't that weird? Have you guys noticed that? I don't know why I do it. Anyway, so I think, say I went on the Friday, so I got there, say, Friday night, stayed Friday night, and then we had all day Saturday, and then I stayed Saturday night and then went home on the Sunday. I think that's what happened. Anyway, so she met me, and it was really surreal. She met me at Bath Station because she lived in Bath, and picked me up in her Range Rover. And it was funny because when we were driving, she was talking to her daughter. Must have phoned. She must have said, "Right, I'll phone you when I pick her up." Because I bet her daughter was like, "What are you doing, Mum? Inviting some woman off the blooming in? You don't even know. It might not even be a woman." Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, weird. So anyway, so I could hear her saying, yeah, fine. So it was obviously, you know, her daughter was just checking. "You haven't picked some nutter up, have you?" And little did they know, no, it was me. Yeah, she did pick up a nutter. It was me. No, but I do know how to behave most of the time. Anyway, so we went to her house. She lived in this cottage, guys. Mocha, you'd probably be so interested in it, because she too was, you know, a writer. And hi AJ, what's with lip fillers? Do you think I need lip fillers with these? Do you? Do you think I need lip fillers? I don't, darling. Anyway, so I went to her house, and it's what's known as a chocolate box cottage. It was wonderful. It was a lovely cottage, and you drove up this hill, and at the top of the hill, just to the left of the hill, there were gates, and then you drove onto this gravel, you know, driveway, and there was her chocolate box house. It was a cottage. It was wonderful, and inside it was just as you would expect a writer's house to be. Very similar to mine, it has to be said. She had so many beautiful things around. She had a kitchen that I'd never seen before. It was so colourful, and she had the tiles on the kitchen were all different colours. Do you know what I mean? Not all the way around the kitchen because that would be too much, but over where the Arga was, it was all different coloured tiles, and it was wonderful, and a great big oak table in the middle of the kitchen, and she had these two yappy dogs that were gorgeous, little fluffy things. What were they? Terriers. What are those white terriers you get? Long haired. Anyway, she had two of those. And I had the best time there. She had this wonderful cottage and we loved it. And she had like a little cottage garden. And, you know, I spent time with her out there. And also, she was very quirky. And that's what I think about to be an artist, you've got to, no, sorry, to be a writer, you've got to be artistic, you know, and I like to think that everybody has some kind of artistic, creative side to them. I can write, I've written before. I haven't finished writing the book, but I have written. I've written blogs, I've done, you know, lots of different things. I've written poetry, I've written songs. And I'm also an artist. So I feel that I recognize other creatives when I see them. And her house was just, it wasn't huge, but it was just so wonderful. It was just as you would expect a writer or an artist's house to be. It's like when people come to my house, they know I'm an artist because I have art everywhere on every wall. And, you know, contrary to what other people may believe, I am a professional artist, and I've sold quite a few bits, both online and offline. So, yeah, so to go to somebody's house who was obviously as creative as I am was just wonderful. It was kind of surreal, really, and we just hit it off. It was just really lovely. Right. Okay, yeah, I'll look for that then, Kat. I'll look for Mocha's link. The house across the street. Who, Kat? The link to Mocha's book is pinned on the... She wrote The House Across the Street. I've only read that one of Leslie Pierce's. Yes, I think I've read that. Is that a recent one though? Because she normally has like, she just has like a girl's name as a title. Oh, guys, I've just been so lucky in my life. I've just been so lucky. I've always sort of met the most interesting people. I've met people that I've, you know, really admired. And, you know, and they've sort of become friends. And I've just been really lucky, you know. Strictly axed this year. Well, yeah, I mean, well, none of us know what's going to happen, really. They're so rude criticising your art when he can't slap paint on a wall. Do you know, it just makes me laugh, you know. You know, when they start throwing the insults and that, I just think, you know, you don't have a clue, you know, you really don't have a clue what I've done. Who I am really as a person, and you know, if you want to paint me like that, okay, you go ahead, you paint me like that, but I know who I am, and I know, you know, I've been very lucky and I've been quite successful as well, not only as an artist but as a musician, as a songwriter. I mean, when my kids were younger, I used to write a lot, and I used to write songs, and one of my songs was actually played by a band in a show in the London Palladium. Now, I mean, it's like my art. Not everyone's going to like it. I can understand that. It doesn't bother me. You know, that my art is very much like me. It's very vibrant. It's got everything in it, you know. Although I count myself, sometimes I say I'm an abstract artist because I see it as one thing, and then I've seen other people look at it and they see something else. So I think, well, then it's got to be abstract. But I mean, some artists, they'll just paint a canvas one color and flick a bit of paint on it, and that's it. My art isn't like that. My art is like me, and I like to think that it shows different sides to my personality, without going too much to the dark side. So it's very vibrant. But as I say, I've sold quite a lot, and when you see people questioning it and saying, "Oh, she's just a crap. She's talking crap. She's this and that. She's not an artist." Blah. I don't have to prove it to anybody. I know who I am, and I know what I've done, and I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud to call myself an artist. The same as, it's weird because when I was more into music, yeah, I did used to call myself a musician, because it's weird, because when do you stop calling yourself that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I always call myself an artist. I guess I've read things about it. The artists have said, well, when can you call yourself an artist? And for me, it's like, when you don't have to be professional to be an artist. I know a lot of artists, and I know local artists. I used to go to a gallery not far from here, and on a Thursday, all us local artists would go together and we'd all take on our latest piece, or something we want to work on. We'd take it down there. I think they still do it. I can't go now, can I? Anyway, I used to go down there, and we'd all sort of sit around this big table, and we'd all have our different genres, and mine was very different to theirs, in that most of them were older because they weren't working, both sexes, and it was wonderful for me to see how they worked. And and I used to be quite sort of, what's the word? I admire all types of art. You don't have to produce something like that. Do you know what I mean? That one there took a long, long time to do. I knew the theme. When I start painting, there's normally a theme, and the theme I wanted for that was music. So one of the first things I did, I used that finger, was put the musical, the keyboard there. Why can I not show that there? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it was good. When I used to go to the gallery and we used to do that, I used to really enjoy it, because I was in a place where nobody questioned anybody else's way of doing it. And a lot of artists I found, and I didn't know this, thanks Mocha, I didn't know that, and you always, yeah, I didn't know that a lot of artists actually copy. That's not me. I can't. No, I mean, they would really copy. They've got a picture there and they would literally copy it. And I'm like, no, that to me, I like to use my own imagination when I'm painting. And it's like my late, I mean, I've got one down here that I haven't finished. And you've probably seen this so many times. It's one of my giraffe ones, one of my hetty ones, and that's what I would normally do. I would draw it first. Now the end one doesn't look anything like that, because after that I then add all the other bits to it, like this one. See, that's how that one would end up. because, but it has to have a theme. So the theme is Hetty, you see. Anyway, and I love doing animals. But yeah, so I used to love doing that, sitting there in the gallery, doing that. Who, Ollie? Oh, well, I hope he's all right. I might contact him. Yeah, so that question, Kat, you're answering that, are you, darling? You don't, when I said, when do you stop calling yourself something? See, I don't call myself a musician anymore because I don't write music anymore. And I don't call myself a writer anymore because I don't write anymore. But I'll always, the weird thing is, I know I'll always be an artist, even if I don't paint. Hold on. I've got another one. I've got a lot of work that I could be doing. I've got a great big one I want to do. This is like, I like to do digital art as well. See that one? Cold Heart. Oh, what have I written on there? Cruel Heart. See that one? See, I sell them like that as well. And that would go in like a shop, an art gallery shop. You know, and they've got like their things at the front. But I haven't done any for a while, and I think I will. I'm going to take this isolation time to do one. I get worried for Jan all week. Why'd you get worried for me? Right. Why'd you get worried for me? Don't get worried for me. Jacko says, I helped my daughters with science homework and I called myself a scientist. I was so proud that day. Oh, God, I'm hopeless at science. Thank you, Mocha. I'm glad you like it. I've got a music studio in my garden, so I'm always doing something. Oh, hubby is working out there with the corona thingy, so I can't get in there. Wow. So what? You say you're always working on something. What are you working on? Writing songs? Oh, hickety hiccups. That won't do, will it? Right, guys, you can help me, okay? We've got all this time at home. I have got a 90 centimetre by 90 centimetre blank canvas. I've had it for months. It's standing up against the wall there. Give me a theme. Give me a theme. My daughter says I should do another Hetty one, but to be honest, I'm a bit tired of doing Hetty. Although I've sold, how many Hetties? I think I've sold 4 Hetties. Because remember I did the one with the baby as well. Oh, and guess what? They've cancelled the art show. So I don't have to do any new stuff, really. See, what normally this time of year, I would be working on one because of the art exhibition I do every year, but they've cancelled it. A nice big pig. No, I'm not doing a pig. Underwater mix. Funny theme. Funky theme. I've never done underwater. I've never done. Have I done underwater? No, the nearest water I've done. Oh, I did water on the thingy one. I'm not getting up because I look disgusting. If I move that there, see that one there? There. Oh, there. That's got the river. That's the River Seine. Because that's the what do you call it? The fire. Do you remember that dreadful fire on the Eiffel Tower? On Notre Dame? That. So that's, I quite like doing water. I don't know. It's going to have to be another abstract, I think, because I like to do abstract and I like playing with things. Do you know what I mean? So I use, surprisingly, I do use quite a lot of blues. I don't know why. I want to work on, I quite like it when I work on different palettes. Like, I like this palette. I might actually do something with those colours. Don't you think that's a nice palette? Something big and bold like that. But anyway, yeah, oranges. I might keep that out. That might inspire me. But I'm probably going to... oh, hi, Chrissy. You're back again. Paint Patrick. That's quite a good idea. I've done quite a lot of work with him on digital work on Patrick, my mate. On my mate Patrick. Let's see if I can find some. Got a new phone, guys, so I don't know where anything is. Sitting fuddling about with it. Now, where are we? All photos. Let's see if I can find any of Patrick. I love doing what would that be in now? I like doing graphics as well. Like that. See that? That's some of my stuff as well. I like, and it's all very bright. That's what I like. That's one of my favourites that I sold. I sold the original, and I know it sounds silly, but I'm actually quite gutted I sold the original of that one. That was called Alfresco, and I sold it to the council, and it's now in a mental health place somewhere or other. I don't know if I can find any of Patrick on here. Where would I have him? Don't think I'd have him. Oh, I've got quite a lot here, actually. I haven't got much of Patrick, though. I'm going back the wrong way. So I've had to these people that say, oh, she's not naughty. Just makes me laugh. I think you're just showing yourself how stupid you are. Paint the judge. No, I'm not going to paint the judge. You can paint Rye like one of those French girls, all naked with the heart of the ocean round their neck. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm out in the park with you. Oh, how lovely. Is it a nice park? I hope it's a nice park. I don't know what I did with Patrick now. Anyway, I love doing, I like that one. I've got that one in the bedroom, the original. Where did I put Patrick's stuff? I don't know. Anyway, that's that. It's called the House of Commons. What is environment into what? Environment into the abstract style. You know, I like to. It's difficult for me because I like to work on a palette. So, and I tend to sort of be drawn to the same sort of colours if I'm not careful. So I try not to be. I've got a huge one over there that I love. I don't know if you guys will love it. Right, hang on one sec. I'll go and get it. Don't look at what I'm wearing. Right, let's get this down if I can reach it. Doobie-doobie-doo. Oh, we've gone through the bloody ceiling. Oh. I don't think I've shown you this one. This one. This is a biggie. See this one? Can you see that? Without seeing my head. See? It's huge. It's big. But I love it. And I'll tell you why I love it. Is because I love sharing my art with you guys. It's what I love about I can't remember what I called it. Shit. What did I call it? What I like about it is the closer you get to it, you see what's actually on it. And there's collage on there. There's inks. It took me a long time to do that. There's inks on it. There's collage. There's... I don't think there's... Yeah, there's oils, but not oil paint. Just oils. Varnish. And it's different all the way down. And I love the palette on it as well. So yeah, sorry. I shouldn't be talking about art all the time. I'm sure you get bored. But I mean, I have sold that as prints. You can buy prints, but you imagine that. Actually, I might see if I can put that behind me for a change. But the thing is, when you see it from a distance, it probably doesn't look all that. But when you get up close to it, look, there's music there. There's music. I love doing ones like this. It's called mixed media art. See, and it's got a shine to it because I put a lot of varnish on it. I just literally pour the varnish on it and then leave it. But that was before I'd got this new little puss cat. I'm just worried. I used to be able to paint when I lived in the flat. I used to be able to paint and just leave something on the floor overnight. Well, I can't really do that now because she'll be in it. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, we've reached our hour, so I think I'm going to head off. I want to say, oh, does she? Does she, Jacko? So she's arty as well. I should paint my daughters. You know, I don't normally do faces because I'm not confident doing faces. And I think it's because I know too many artists that are bloody brilliant. So I tend, you know, I'm just not comfortable doing them. I have done them. I have done them in the past. But what I prefer to do is photo manipulation, where I take the photo and then I work on that, you know, with the graphics on it. So, because I also do graphic designing as well. So, yeah, and there's a couple of those online as well. So, yeah. So that's me and my art. I'm sorry I've gone on and on about it now. And you're probably bored silly. But I want to say thanks, guys. Yay. It's lovely to see you. I love the time we spend together. You're just wonderful. You're a lovely group of people. I love that we can chat. I can read. Oh, you paint stones and pebbles. I do as well. Remind me next week. I don't think I've got any indoors. Next week I'll get some out for you, Ria. I do paint. I do pebbles and things as well. That's what I want it to be, guys. I want it to be relaxed, but I don't want you to think that I'm just showing off. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to think that, because I'm not. I think it's a British thing that we're like, oh, don't show off. Do you know what I mean? So we don't. So I'll be back on Wednesday for games night. Haven't decided what we're going to play yet, but if I can't think of anything else, it'll just be another quiz. So try and come along, guys. We had a lovely time last time on Wednesday. So let's do that again. Look after yourselves, okay? Keep safe. I'm staying in. The team's staying in. I might even get my paintbrush out, guys. Do a bit of painting. So take care of yourselves and take care of your loved ones. And I'll see you on Wednesday night. And if not, I'll see you Sunday. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for coming.